The future of the nation's healthcare system has been center stage as both lawmakers and Democratic presidential candidates discuss how to best fix it. So what are some of the proposals on the table? For some background, President Trump campaigned on the promise to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act. But he reversed course recently, saying that Congress wouldn't vote on a healthcare replacement until after the 2020 presidential election. So as we inch closer to that date, candidates have been touting their visions to reshape the U.S. healthcare landscape. For starters, all of the 2020 Democratic presidential candidates have said they support major changes to the healthcare system. Where they differ is how to get to that goal. You might be most familiar with the term Medicare for All. Senator Bernie Sanders has been behind multiple versions of that legislation, which is loosely defined as universal, government-run healthcare for all Americans. Most notably, it would get rid of private insurance and almost all copays, deductibles, and premiums. That concept, or some variation of it, is backed by some of the other Democratic candidates. For example, Senator Elizabeth Warren's approach to Medicare includes a potential temporary role for private insurance companies. Not everyone wants to go to a single-payer system, though. Former Vice President Joe Biden's plan builds off of the Affordable Care Act. People who qualify for Medicaid would be able to buy into a public option with no premiums. Other Democrats have said they believe Americans won't like being required to join a government insurance plan, or as Mayor Pete Buttigieg dubbed the idea, Medicare for all who want it. That does seem to parallel voters' stances. Recent polls have shown that while there is a decent support for the idea of a universal health care plan, some voters aren't very clear on what it entails, and some oppose it if they're told it would eliminate private insurance. There's also another factor to be thrown into the mix. All Democratic candidates have indicated that their plans would cover undocumented immigrants.